everyone. Today is June 8th. It is a Friday, 8:36 a.m. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Wars. Coming to you from cryptoversegold.org. Be sure to subscribe to my free newsletter where I give information on alternative assets. Also, if you feel my information is beneficial, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, throw me a like, maybe possibly a donation. If you think it's, make some money maybe. Maybe, make some money and then throw me a donation. So, all right, so looking into the future and what is to come and what is happening right now, before we kind of see summer come, I think that the markets do have correlation with the summer in the past. And if you really look at the crash in 2008, it was right around in the summertime. That's when it began to implode. I'm not necessarily saying that we're going to see. Yeah, I kind of am though. I mean, I've been saying that a possible crash is going to happen for a long time, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Right? You just don't know when. It's going to happen. You just don't know when. And it's a matter of timing in a lot of ways. People say not to time the markets. It's like, no, you need to time the markets because you need to sell when it's most profitable, and you need to buy when it's when there's crisis or panic and things. And I think right now, you saw the NASDAQ index reach new all-time highs, which to me was an indicator of kind of higher volatility. You're seeing the 10-year yield also start to increase again over 3%. And once, that flies maybe to 4 or 5%. So what happens is then, why would they keep high-risk stock? Why would people hold high-risk stock when they can hold and get those yields and things? So it starts to, the big whales and things, it's all right. It happens it's going to happen very quickly. It's taken very long for it to happen. It takes a very long time for it to happen. But once it does happen, it's going to happen really fast. And actually, you're going to see the crypto markets get hit by it too, I think. Also, I looked at weed stocks and things. I think they're going to get hurt by it. Just kind of this overinflation of credit, I would say. It's not even so much overinflation. People are like, oh, well, the inflation rate is this year. It's like, okay, you're looking at inflation. You're not looking at credit. Credit is its own bomb. It is its own debt bomb, right? And so when people are issued out credit, it's not that they're getting U.S. dollars per se. They are, but it's in the form of credit, right? It's not an inflationary mechanism that's creating an over-circulating supply. See, there is the distributed supply, and then there is the circulating supply. So, okay, inflation could be 1%. It could be, inflation could be negative. I don't give a shit. It could be a depleting asset. People could be burning their money to stay warm, okay? But if the circulating supply, and they're pumping it in through the loaning and the credits and whatever, you know what I mean? Then what happens? It's all just magic foo-foo money. Then we're looking at the overvaluated indexes, which, okay, so this is what happens. It's like Jenga, right? You take pieces from the bottom and put them at the top. Because this is things like Starbucks, for example. Starbucks, if you look up, has been closing down stores like Teavana. I used to buy things at Teavana just because I don't know, I like tea sometimes. When I would be around a Teavana, I would not usually go out of my way to buy one, just to clarify, or buy some Teavana shit. So I was in there one time, oh yeah, Starbucks is closing down their shops. So what does that mean? They're closing down their shops, they're losing security, they're taking out their security deposit, they're losing their securities around that, right? So actually, the stock should be decreasing if they're closing down stores, but the stock is increasing because they're taking it from back, and they're taking all that money they're getting, and then they're pumping it into their stock price. So what's happening is they're closing down shop, all these stores are closing, they're firing employees, they're taking all that extra money, they put it in the stock price keeps going up, it looks all fancy and nice and beautiful, right, for the shareholders and things, then they sell at the top as soon as it rises and as soon as it's time to bail. And it's all Wall Street fixed on fear, greed, all that stuff, okay? And I guess today I'm going on kind of a rant of, what I have been, but perhaps my thoughts are a little bit more organized because I've been talking about it more. So it's kind of an update because it's exciting because you're going to start to see it more and more. It's going to continue Like I said, it's a matter of we don't know if it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, right? We just don't know when. We know it's going to happen. We just don't know when. Because, and where I'm going with this, where you want to hedge yourself, where you want to put yourself, it's pretty obvious, right? Like commodities, okay? Things of actual intrinsic value that have been so drained and swamped over the last few years because of retail and technology, including crypto and other things. So things like gold and silver, real hard money, assets. Because once the debt bomb explodes and then other countries say, okay, we're not messing with the US dollar no more because we don't mess with them no more because they're destroying the world because of with their printing press, we're going to move to hard assets because we're not going to agree on our currencies either. So we're going to move to whatever the hell comes out the ground, which is actually the most sound way of doing it, and that's how it is. But the scary part is how fast it can happen. I think what you will eventually see as well, similar to how you saw in 2008, is I think in the mining stocks at least, is some sort of kind of like a bubble in that sense in the mining sector, and then maybe a collapse in housing, and then eventually it'll all rebuild like it always does. That's the way it is. This time it might just be a little bit more destructive in that process, but the higher the tower comes, the bigger the fall, kind of thing. So it's all gonna be really interesting, and it's a matter of being prepared, at least vigilant. Not being a deer in headlights when it does come. You have to be at least prepared and vigilant. Yeah. And another thing too, it goes past money in general. It goes past like a spiritual thing, and understanding God, and just like things good. Things of good heart, real things, like tangible things. For example, like gold and silver is a real thing, It's not fiction, it's not fantasy, How are you going to know what's real when you don't know? You just don't know. You know what I mean? If you put yourself in a different realm, how will you know it's real when it comes, When the truth comes. All right, peace.